Good morning. It is the 31st of December in 2023, which has been the year of Transcendence. I am Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. Guess what? We got a great fireside chat to have today. It's a great opportunity for us to share some things at the end of the year. Thank you so much for joining me for the Sunday service virtually here at the Infinity Fellowship. We have 5 Sundays in a month. And so we had a wonderful way to close out the year 2023 in style. Listen, we want you to hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the retweet button. Call all your friends together and say, listen, we're getting ready to send this year out in style, but we want to do that with a boost of spiritual food and a feeling of goodness for this awesome Sunday. So wherever you are, start to say hello in the chat box. Start to let us know who you are and that you're happy to be here today, because I'm certainly happy to have you with us on this awesome Sunday morning. We'll see you in a minute. Stay with us. Greetings, everybody. It's an opportunity now for us to bring the energy in as we begin to open the way. This is New Year's Eve, and it's a beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful opportunity for us to begin to share with each other in a powerful way. And I want to invite you to gather the family around as we open up the way today. An opening of the way simply means that we pause in a spiritual space to allow for the presence of the divine to be recognized. Now, we know in an awesome way, in an interspiritual way, regardless of what you call that energy of God, that energy of creation, that spark of divine scientific life, whatever you call that energy, did you know that you're connected infinitely to it? I hope you do know that. And as we're chatting today, as we're sharing today in this wonderful space, I invite you to tune into that awareness right now. So get your family still, get them into the space of awareness and consciousness with us. And we're going to ask you to just sit still for a moment and just take in a few deep breaths wherever you are. In and out through your nose. Get that cleansing energy in place. And as I am being transported back to my days at Brick Church Pike at WVOL radio station, where I started out in the media, I'm reminded of that solitary space that exists when you're in a studio environment like this, but the love that you feel from all of the people coming in from all over the place who are connected on that same frequency. Our frequency back then was 1470 WVOL. Today, the frequency is infinite love, infinite peace, infinite power. That's what you tap into when you open the way to spirit, as we're doing together right now, inhaling and exhaling, finding the stillness within. And now closing your eyes and bowing your head. Some of you may want to place your head over your hands over your heart and just begin to tune into that loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, who may be perceived by many different names and yet is known by only one divine energy. And so we ask that we all acknowledge together this loving energy. And I speak to it now on our behalf. All wise and all knowing and all loving God, you are our mother today, you are our father today, and you are just this divine presence that is always with us every single step of the way. So I give you thanks in this moment, just in this moment that we perceive to be something special, because in and on our calendars around the world, we have timed those calendars to be the end of one year and the start of another. And while that holds significance only to us human beings, in our sometimes limited consciousness, when we tap only into ourselves, when we expand that consciousness, we recognize and realize that this is an opportunity for us to look into the rearview mirror and give thanks. And so we give thanks today. We give thanks for you seeing us through the year 2023. Thank you for the spirit of transcendence, transcendence being the theme of this entire past year. Thank you for that spirit of transcendence, who for some was moving through transformation that was indeed uncomfortable at times. I thank you for the spirit of transcendence that for others were the apparent losses of jobs or opportunities or people in their lives that resulted ultimately in growth that we could not conceive of at this time last year. We give you thanks and gratitude for that transcendence, including the energy of our sister Tiffany Smith, who is on the road right now doing that necessary work of memorializing her brother in New York. Let her heart feel that we are with her around the globe. Those who know her, who have met her, who've only seen her on the infinite stream, let her know that we are operating in love with her right now and sending her and her family light. For the transcendence of those who embarked on a year of new awareness, who visited this fellowship for the very first time, who realized that it's their responsibility to leave this world better off than they found it. Oh, give thanks. And so we speak gratitude as we open this way in stillness today. Gratitude for those who are tuning in today from all over the world. Gratitude for those who made the trek to Nashville to be with us tonight for our New Year's Eve family and friends celebration. Gratitude for those who will leave 2023 with a renewed sense of awareness, with a renewed sense of love, with a new appreciation for who they choose to be, divine reflections of you. So when we speak to you, we're speaking to ourselves, and we're just giving thanks. And so thank you for this pause, for this moment of gratitude, this thanksgiving that we can breathe, that we can animate these earth suits today. We speak that something is said or shared in today's service that will remind someone out there that they are never alone, When we come together in community, it is the blessing of being a spirit navigating this human experience. We speak love today. We speak closure for 2023 and the opening of a new portal to another year forward by celebrating the right now. For these and other blessings that we cannot put into words, we simply say thank you and breathe together in and exhale, release. And we say together, Amen, Amin, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is. Let's prepare our minds for our pouring of libations. Oh, I want to give thanks in this moment today because it's just awesome as we celebrate those of you who are new to the spiritual space of understanding. We always want to do things, as Mama would say, in decency and in order. So we've now invoked the energy of the God of your acceptance and understanding. And now we want to invoke the energy of those who have gone on before. This is the Kwanzaa season. This is the celebration of the first fruits. And as we go through that celebration of first fruits, we are now toward the end. Nia Kuumba, Kuumba creativity, getting ready for Imani, which is faith, which is turning over tonight. So for those of you who have been celebrating that season, I send this love to you, not only for the celebration and recognition of this season, but most importantly, for recognition that we have a responsibility to continue to live those principles every single day. And so we invite you in the space to, if you want to pour out some water at home with us, then please, by all means. I brought a beautiful plant, a lily, into the office to pour libations with today. We're going to be pouring with a ceramic jar. So I'm going to invite you to think about those ancestors in your family who you would like to invite into the space. I'm going to tell you a secret if you're brand new to Infinity. Your folks ain't gone nowhere. They've just joined the wind. They've just joined the rain. They just joined the sun. They've just joined the plants. They've just joined the atmosphere of the universe. They're no longer in this physical body. But just like we used to say in the church, absence with the body is presence with the Lord. Absence in the physical space is presence in the divine cosmos. And so when we pour today, we say cool water, freshen our spirits. Say together with me, Ashe. I like it. I can feel it. I can hear it. Cool water, freshen and consecrate this spiritual house for spiritual work. Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. And so we pour in this direction. And these directions that we pour come for us through the interspirituality found in the Lakota tradition of our First Nations people who pour to the seven directions. The first energy is the energy of the north, Ashe, where we find our sense of direction. In yoga teaching, we say, be a yes today. The second direction is the direction of the south, where we recognize whose we are and who we are. The third direction is that direction of the east, Ashe. If you're watching this, especially live, you saw the sun come up today. And if you saw the sun come up today, you recognize that you got another chance to do something different than for what you did yesterday. So if you messed up last night and went in too hard, take a deep breath. It's over. It's over. Ashe to the east. To the fourth direction of the west, Ashe. Knowing that even as darkness will come tonight, because it's going to come, that's just the nature of the universe. As it does, we recognize in that space that there's still the moon, there's still the stars, there's always a light to guide us in the darkness. Be that light. To the fifth direction, that direction of the ground below us, Ashe. Awesome. Ashe, that energy of essence that goes down to the ground, and recognizing that when we put down our roots and we know who we are, we may bend in the storm, but we do not what? Break. Some of y'all know the ritual, so y'all are saying it with me, and I love it. I absolutely love it. We pour to that sixth direction, which is the energy of the sky. It's the air above us. Ashe. And that energy is the energy that gives us a blank landscape. If you go out today, even if the sky is overcast, you look beyond the horizon, beyond the busyness that is happening below you, you get an opportunity to dream and dream aloud. And hopefully those dreams can become manifest reality. Ashe. Finally, to the seventh direction, this is what I call Grand Central Station, as those names are coming in the box there, as you are remembering yourself when you're in. That seventh direction is your heart. That's the Grand Central Station. It's the place where all roads come together. May your heart be pure, and in the sense of the ancient concept of Ma'at, may it be light as a feather. Ashe. As we remember now in this space today, I want to call out some names that I want to send energy to for people who are actually in a space of remembrance right now. And we want to send their names in, as well as those names that I see coming in on the chat. If you want to pour libations at home with us, of course, just pour out a little water in a plant, sprinkle a little water on the ground or outside, or just call those names aloud with us. But I want to send energy out to Brother Tommy Smith, Ashe, Sister Tiffany's brother, and that transition that he is going through now to the land of the ancestors. We send you love. To the great local civil rights hero, Brother King Madison Hollins, Ashe. Send that energy out to the family of the Hollins as well. To an unexpected transition of one of our local leaders in housing and community, Sister Latricia Jemison, Ashe. May her family find solace and love in this space today. I'm moved today because it is Kwanzaa season. I send energy out to the Underground Railroad, which was the organization back in the 90s, especially, who appointed 5 awesome women as Queen Mothers. My own mother was one of them. They served this city beyond just the holiday season or the holy day season, but I'm moved to think about them in this moment. Starting with Queen Mother Bernice Brunson, Ashe. Queen Mother Dorothy Smith, Ashe. Queen Mother Melba Sewell, Ashe. Queen Mother Zuli Ursery, Ashe. And Queen Mother Catherine Hayes Carr, Ashe. I had a privilege of knowing all 5 of them and being able to sit on the floor with them for years. Just found a picture of me and all 5 of them in a park at an event, and it just moved me to say, I want to share those names so that you have a record of who these great women were while they were on this side and who they continue to be for all of us. To the energies of the person who actually brought Kwanzaa to Nashville in the 90s, Brother Kwame Leo Lillard, Ashe, probably in the 80s when he brought him here. To the energy of one of our great marchers and freedom fighters who worked with the NAACP and many other organizations, the great Curly C.E. Magruder, Ashe. Those of y'all in Nashville, some of y'all elders like, wow, yeah, I remember those names. Yeah, I remember them too. Some of you young people, you're going to have to look them up. To the great Bill Barnes, who was a great advocate for housing. There's a Barnes Fund that's named after him. We're speaking that in 2024. We're going to do the right thing with this city government and start distributing that money to people outside the club so that Bill Barnes don't rise up and get you for doing things irregularly in his name. Ashe. So to the great Bill Barnes, Ashe. And to the great Father Charlie Strobel, who created the program that is now international called Room at the Inn, who housed many homeless people and built a center for them and partnerships with hundreds and hundreds of religious organizations. We recognize you and remember you at the end of the year during this holiday season. Ashe. So we ask that now, as we pour these next few pours of water, that you will go ahead and begin to call aloud those names of those people that you want to recognize in the space today. And you can call their names aloud with us. And as you call their names aloud, we're going to continue to pour out a little bit of water for them as well. And finally, we pour together today for the children in the world, womb, and yet unborn. And we say all together, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe-O, it is done. Let's prepare for our statement of infinitude. As we prepare for our statement of infinitude, as we get ready to talk through the meanings of that statement of infinitude and everything that's there, I'm going to invite you to say good morning to you. So if you can say that in the box, say good morning to you. If you want to sing it aloud, I want you to sing it aloud. Y'all know how we do it. I'm gonna tell you if you hadn't done it before. All you gotta do is say good morning to you. Say good morning in the chat box. Let us know where you're coming in from and one thing that you're grateful for. We're gonna generate gratitude. Come on. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 a da 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 a da 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 da. Come on, let's see it. Fill it up. Let's populate that stream with gratitude today as we get ready to demonstrate what infinitude is, which is an attitude of gratitude that is infinite. And so we want to, as we do that, we want to see who you are. We want to see where you're coming in from. This is the last day of 2023. So listen, while you're doing that, go ahead and type one thing that you're grateful for. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're coming from, especially new folks. Type one thing that you're grateful for. Watch what is going to happen. You're going to see all of this energy come up in the chat. You're going to start saying, people saying things like, oh, I'm grateful just to be here today. Oh, I'm just grateful for an opportunity to have something going on in my life. I'm so grateful for everything that I've got. I'm so grateful for a car that came to me unexpectedly. I'm grateful for a new job, a new opportunity, whatever it may be. That's what we've got. That's that energy. Come on. Yeah, see, I would go on forever if I had Lady Kanitha here, but we're not going to go forever today. We're just going to continue to generate that gratitude in the chat. As I welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship, I want to remind you of a couple of things here at Infinity. Number one, we do not tell you who or how to define the God of your acceptance and understanding. That's a very personal choice that you make, is a personal experience that you have, and we support it. We teach you spiritual practices that help you and guide you into that energy. You may hear us at Infinity say source energy. We may say divine source. We may say God interchangeably with the universe. But what you see around you, when you look around humanity and you look at your family and friends, it's proof. Go look in the mirror. It's proof that source was showing off when you were made. And so we invite you into this space with us to speak aloud those core agreements that we call infinitude. And it starts with something we call SNAP. The S in SNAP is for spirituality that connects you to the God. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. I decided to jump on in case everybody wasn't saying. I want to make sure we can say it together. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let us agree with one another through the many words of affirmation. Repeat after me. Amen, Amin, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Deep breath in, exhale and release. All right, good. So now we're back to the space where we're able to now welcome in some people for the very first time. Again, I want to welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship. This is the interspiritual community that is in Nashville, Tennessee. We have a wonderful website at myif.org. That's myif.org. I invite you to go to it. I invite you to go check it out. I invite you to explore. And I invite you in this place to go ahead and scan this QR code that we're going to put up on the screen. How about that? We see the real you. At Infinity, we see you for who you truly are. And that means that you're not just a human being who showed up today to have a spiritual experience. You're going to get that. But really, the truth is you're a spirit navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. So I'm going to invite you, if you're brand new, go ahead. Hold your phone up to the screen. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you are, screenshot it. If not, grab somebody else's phone and say, hey, get this for me. This is some good stuff. I want to make sure that I put my name in for this visitor's welcome. We also want to remind you that on that visitor's form, we get a little chance to know a little something about you, but we get to send you a special card, and we would like to see you in first Sunday here in January so we can welcome you in with hugs and high fives and this loving environment that you experience online. I guarantee you're going to experience in person. So go ahead and check that. We also want to send that to you if you're interested in joining Infinity and becoming a part of our new members orientation that starts next month. Go ahead and fill out that form and check the box that says, I'm interested in learning about Infinity. That's going to give you an opportunity to be a part of something awesome that we call the Infinity Fellowship. I want to welcome you to Infinity in the way that we say that you are welcome. So I'm going to ask you in the chat box over here to go ahead and type your name if you're a first timer and just say, hey, I'm a first timer and I want to know more about Infinity, or I'm just here. I'm here because I saw something online and somebody told me, hey, show up. It's going to be something good for you. So I want you to just type it in and watch what happens. All the people there on that stream are going to jump in on fists and high fives and loving hearts. I love it when somebody first timer comes to Infinity Fellowship, because you get to experience the love online that you will experience in person. And so go ahead and share that in the space today. And then I want you to take a deep breath and I want you to look at the screen, because there's something I want to share with you personally from all of Infinity Fellowship. I get to let you know that we know exactly who, what, where, when, and why you are. Take a deep breath and exhale. In this space, I go by Rev Jeff. And from Rev Jeff's space to yours, we want to welcome you. And everybody out there around the world is going to repeat after me. And we're going to say this visitor's welcome. It's really great when you're in person because you get to hear everybody say it. But imagine that there are thousands of people around the world right now looking you in your eye like I am and saying this. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You're a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will today, that you're not alone. I'm with you. We're with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you shining today, and I know you're shining today. So welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. Say it with me all around the world, y'all. Asheo. Peace, wonderful peace, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, peace, peace, the everlasting peace. Let my peace shine bright so the world can see. Let my love shine bright so the world can see. Let my joy shine bright so the world can see. Let my peace shine bright so the world can see. Yeah, I'm glad we got a chance to put that in there a little bit. That's one of our Infinity songs. That's our congregational hymn that we sing in person. But we want to make sure that you know all about it. So visitors, yes, you're welcome. In the chat box, you're welcome. In the space at 641 West Nocturne Drive, you're welcome. Next Sunday, we've got it going on. We want to welcome you here. We want to go through a couple of quick announcements, and then I'm going to send you a brief message, and you can go ahead and start this day. But the first announcement I want to bring up is that this is the end of the year of Transcendence here at the Infinity Fellowship. So we've got a lot of great things happening, including tonight. Tonight we are in person. We are in person for New Year's Eve, and we are 100% live. And when I say live for New Year's Eve, I'm telling you, it is awesome. I have to drink a Wakanda Forever toast. When we talk about our New Year's Eve, we've been doing it for 9 years officially, 10 years, really, if we count what we did before we had a facility. But tonight, if you look on the screen there, you will see everything that is going on. The doors open at about 6:30. I invite you to bring something, potluck. We've got some great chefs here, and we'll have some great staple foods, but go ahead and bring something tonight. The Atomic Vision Board, that workshop begins at 7:30. So bring any kind of specialty items that you might want to put on your vision board. I know some of you are new to my process, a trademark process I call the Atomic Vision Board. That means that we do not put forth vision boards that do not manifest fruit. We're only going to put forth a vision board that manifests fruit in your life. You say, well, how you do that? Well, you come on over tonight, 641 West Nocturne Drive. A red brick former residence down off the road. You'll see the cars. And you're going to be ready to do this. So also, if you got extra magazines, always bring magazines. We also have boards, glue, scissors, and all of that. Potluck, you got time to make something still. So all of you chefs out there in the world, make something good. Make sure you bring something that feeds about 8 to 10 people, and you can stop by and grab you some roasted chickens or something like that. I don't know what you get, chicken strips, something, whatever. We've got great healthy food. If you're vegan and vegetarian, we've got food for you as well, and we got people who are willing to bring that as well. We've got mostly veggie trays covered, and Hawaiian rolls. We got some, y'all. We're all right. All right. Let me go back to me. We all right on Hawaiian rolls, okay? We still got some in the freezer from last year. So I love y'all, but y'all gonna have to, bring me a little something other than some Hawaiian rolls. Get you one of them rotisserie chickens or something. Just bring it in. We also, and we'll see on there that we have a youth activity that is popular every year. Y'all know I'm crazy. That is popular. It is a scavenger hunt that the young people do around the facility here. We're on 4,300 square feet on 5 acres in Northeast Nashville, Northwest Nashville. So we got plenty of space to do that. And of course, our fire release ceremony every single year. We have a fire release ceremony. I smudge every single person who comes tonight, to the event tonight. So we will write out intentions. We will write out the things that we release with very powerful and intentional words. And then we will do a fire ceremony individually for all of you, and smudging. A lot of the parents love it when the kids get smudged and they get clear. And then we get a chance to have a really good time, because after that, we get the party. And we will be entertained after midnight, after we do the theme of next year. The theme is next year. Y'all ready for the drum roll? Wait until just before midnight tonight, because that's when we always reveal it. I'm in a mood. This morning is an entire mood. It's the last day of the year. Come tonight, I guarantee you, you will hear what that is. We'll have a spiritual meditation just before midnight. We will also gather together. And then after midnight, we're going to be entertained by the sounds of DJ Cool the Neptune. And y'all know he rocks it out. Next Sunday, I want to remind you that we are back in person for our first Sunday. So I want you to join me here at 641 West Nocturne Drive for a powerful communal event that will kick off the new year in style. We'll have a new theme. We'll have new energy. We'll be in the space and ready to rock. Those are the announcements for this particular Sunday, the last announcements of the year. So make note of them. As we say every Sunday, so it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Let us prepare for a brief message. It's just something I just want to talk to you about. Spirit has put a few things on my heart, so to speak. And as it has put a few things on my heart, I think it's time for us to begin to think about how we transcend and what transcendence means to us. So I'm going to invite you, each and every one of you, to settle in wherever you are, to pause, and to think about what you want to release at the end of the year, and to think about your story. For an energetic boost, I want to bring up today's meditation, which comes to us by the always awesome Brené Brown. And Brené Brown, you hadn't read Brene, you should read Brene, especially if you've been going through trying to heal from some things. She's absolutely awesome. Brene reminds us about signing up for a hero's journey. And I'm going to bring this into the space by reading along with you. You may not have signed up for a hero's journey, but the second you fell down, got your butt kicked, suffered a disappointment, screwed up, or felt your heart break, it started it. It doesn't matter whether we are ready for an emotional adventure. Hurt happens, and it happens to every single one of us, without exception. The only decision we get to make is what role we'll play in our own lives. Do we want to write the story, or do we want to hand that power over to someone else? Choosing to write our own story means getting uncomfortable. It's choosing courage over comfort. End quote. Take a deep breath in here with me on that. And exhale. Courage over comfort. Transcend for what? You got people say, turn down for what? Today's message is simple. It's transcend for what? Why should we transcend? When we think about the world today, and we think about some of those heartbreaks that we have experienced, I think about this at the end of 2023. A lot happened at the end of 23. We know the events of October 7th and what's happening in Israel and Palestine, and what's happening with the potential indictments for people who are attempting to run for president, people who are denying the reason for the Civil War. I could list it over and over. It makes us say, why should we transcend? Because to transcend means, of course, to go beyond and above. It means to lift above the foray. And I say that transcendence is something that continually happens, not just in 2023, y'all. 2023 was a focal point for transcendence. Why? Because if you think back of 2022, for those of you who've been journaling and keeping track of your trajectory in life, you know that you came through some things in 2022 that you needed to transcend in 2023. Some of those things manifested. I'm looking forward to tonight because I get to look at, or hear from rather, what people put on their vision boards and what came about as a result of focused action. And you know what I particularly like about vision boards? It's when something manifests, but it forces you this year to be more specific. Because somebody said something like, oh, I want a new opportunity, and then they lost their job. And they're like, oh, that's universe. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean I wanted to lose my job. I just meant that I just wanted a new opportunity. Well, you got to be specific about things. But I've also talked to those same people who lost a job and they found an even better job that they would not have been in position to even think about had they been standing still. Oh, what a blessing. So when I think about transcending, and I think about this mythological, made up concept called time and space, we can't help it. We're human beings. I love what Neil deGrasse Tyson put out about New Year's. He said sometime on December 31st in 24 different time zones, people are going to celebrate the start of a new year. This is a calendar that it's completely made up. So you're celebrating on the East Coast, and we hadn't hit that way in the center of the country, and then they hadn't hit till a couple of years of hours later. The exact same occurrence of a new year. It's all made up. And what I love that he points out is, for my deep folks out there, is there's no astrological significance to it. The only significance is what we place on it. And how beautiful is that? It means that we get the opportunity to tell our own story. We get the opportunity to place significance on time and space. You significantly showed up today. I, out of significance, showed up in this moment. Now, we place time and space on things, but reality is no. This moment of consciousness may happen for somebody else tomorrow, the next day, a month later. Somebody may say, listen, I want you to tune into this message about transcendence that I saw online, maybe 5 years from now. Thank you for the blessing of technology. And it could effect and affect change in them spontaneously to say, I get it. I got it. I connect with that spiritual download. This is the space. This is the energy. This is the knowledge. This is the wisdom that I've been looking for. And it happened at a time that you and I can't predict. So that's why when we decide that we want to transcend, I don't care if you spent the last 364 days doing nothing. We're talking about what you're going to do one day. You got little over 13 hours to decide that you're going to keep pressing on. I was pouring that libation and I was prepping for today, and for tonight's ceremony. And all I could hear was the old folks singing. I don't feel no waste time. Come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, but I don't believe God brought me this far to leave me. That's old faith. But it's the faith that got us through. It's the same recognition that it doesn't matter. You can decide in this moment that it's time for you to transcend. And you'll leave behind those things that no longer serve you. Speaking of those things that no longer serve you, I'm going to give you this tidbit before we close out today, and I'll let you go home. But the Spirit wants to give you a roughly 1 hour service today because it knows you got other stuff to do, including transcending and leaving things alone. I'm thinking about mathematics, and I'm thinking about fractions, and I'm thinking about division and multiplication. And one of the things that you have to get down to is the lowest common denominator. Y'all remember that from school? For those of you younger people out there, you remember how you have to find the lowest common denominator before you're able to move on, before you're able to solve a problem. You have to find that lowest common denominator, that number there. Look at that term itself. When that Spirit was speaking that to me, I was like, lowest common denominator. What is it? Well, low is a baseline. And when we're talking about trying to transcend, you're trying to transcend from something that is low, a frequency vibration that is low. You've been around some low people. You've been around some low places. Somebody going to some low places tonight. I encourage you, just come on over to infinity. We won't keep you high, but I don't want you to wake up tomorrow saying, just what I said, I was going to do something different. I ended up right back where I was. Well, that's what transcendence is all about. And that's why you got 13 hours to get through it. Because when you talk about something that is low, you're talking about something that is in a low vibrational frequency. When you're talking about something that is common, common unity, commonness is something that a lot of people are doing. What have you been doing around a lot of low people? The denominator, what is present? What is right now? What is something that is a baseline number that exists across all of the categories? That denominator is you, if you hadn't figured it out. And so when we operate in this space of finding our lowest common denominator, I'll tell you, when you find yourself in the same circumstances over and over again, and I ask you, what do all the people have in common that keep abusing you? What do all the people who have in common who keep using you? What do all of the circumstances have in common that keep overworking you and not respecting you? People will go down a list. Oh well, they're all people at HBCUs or PWIs, or oh, they're all in a fraternity or sorority. Oh, they're all tall. They're all light skinned. They're all straight haired. Oh, they all have blue eyes. They all no. They all have you. What is it about the frequency that you're putting out that is attracting these things? These nouns, these people, places, and things, as I often say at infinity. What is it? And look at me. I'm not giving it to you in a condemnational way. I'm not giving it to you in a negative way. I'm not judging you because you don't deserve to be judged. Nobody deserves to be judged. But don't you deserve to assess your life and to ask yourself, are you fulfilled with where you are? To ask yourself if you deserve those great things that you dream about when nobody else is around. Those things that are so wonderful that they make you smile from the inside out. And if you can't answer that question, yes, I'm going to answer it yes for you, because it is your nature to deserve those good things. It is your nature to deserve peace. It is your nature to deserve love. It is your nature. And I'm so sorry. I apologize. Apologize for anybody who convinced you of anything else. They didn't know they were tearing you down because they didn't feel good about themselves. Don't you take on their stuff. Feel the sweet release in this moment of knowing that you don't have to take on anybody else's judgments of who they were or who they are or who they do not aspire to be, because they're operating from a low space. Find a new common denominator. For 2024, prepare yourself to say, I'm no longer going to stay in the shape that I was in when I was in a low frequency space and attracted low energy. I am operating in a high vibration now. I recognize in this moment that I am divine beauty, I am divine love, I am divine justice, I am divine goodness. I have all of this as a spark of divinity, as a part of all creation. And so I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to take the wool off my eyes. I'm going to release into the universe and the atmosphere. And I'm going to say right now, transcend for what? Transcend for your life. Because it's worth it. Because there's somebody out there, there's a young person, there's a child, there's an elder who has been waiting their entire existence for permission to shine. And the only way they'll do that or get it is to see you do it. And you know how that is when you're around people who fill you up, who let you know that you're the only person in the room, even though you see them have that effect on everybody else. Guess what? You have that in you too, but you won't find it if you keep tearing yourself down, if you practice a lack of forgiveness, if you sit in trauma that has been with you all of your life, that you no longer have to stay. Listen, sometimes you just got to release so that you can transcend. And as I close, I encourage you today, in this moment, now that you've thought about these things, now that you have listened to the voice of the reason that has come into this space from a scientific space, I don't want you to feel no ways tired. Transcend for what? Because the best days are here right now. I'm not talking about in the future. I'm talking about right now. Right now because you realize it. Right now because you accept it. Right now because you see it. And don't believe anything else that comes into your consciousness. Don't let it take root. This is the end of the year that we perceive to be 2023. Leave everything else behind. So it is spoken. So it is received. And so it is. Take a deep breath in with me here. Exhale. Let it go. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Let it go. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. From this space of silence, I seal the energy that has been discussed, that has been shared today for today's Sunday service. I speak it into the atmosphere as done. I speak it as signed, sealed, delivered. I speak a brand new contract, sealing out and closing out 2023 and the cycle into 2024 with awesomeness, with awareness, with love, with consciousness. And I speak forgiveness in this moment as well. For those of us who were doing the best we could do with what we knew at the time, it's all gone, it's dissipated, it's gone into the ether of the past. We release it and we let go, and we embrace the right now and the good that exists within us all. Inhale, pause it and hold it. Feel that good and that light and that love. Exhale and release it into the atmosphere. Amen and Ashe. So it is. Y'all, what a great day today. What a great time. What a great moment. What a great energy that we've got in the room. So look, I don't want to end the service today without the opportunity for you to be a part of what we do here at the Infinity Fellowship. And to do that, that means that we give in a powerful way. Giving is how we not just sustain ourselves, because again, we talk about the obligation of pouring back into a space that you receive spiritual food from. But beyond that, giving is not just a space of saying, I know y'all got to keep the lights on. I know the internet is there. That's not the space to give from. Give from the space of knowing that when you give, you receive something more powerful. There's something good in that for 2024. This is the time that we get a chance to give back in our offering. You can give via PayPal. You can give via Cash App. You can give via, snail mail if you'd like to. There are plenty of ways that you can give, and we want to offer you those opportunities to give in the space today. We want to welcome you and thank you for being a part of Infinity Fellowship. This is existing here because of your energy. 2023, for those of you who call or send emails and say, it was the best years of my life, the best year of my life. I know it was. When your giving goes up, your prosperity, your abundance goes up because you are saying, I am in that frequency. So with that, I'm going to ask you to join with me today in the offertory affirmation that is now on your screen. And let us say it with enthusiasm and power, with the power of the music. Take a deep breath first. Good. Let it all go. All right. Focus on the God of your acceptance and understanding and say it with me. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Deep breath in, exhale and release. Let's put up a slide for you so that you know what we do here at Infinity Fellowship. That's what we do. That's how we give in the space today. So we're going to give it just a couple of minutes for us to listen to some music. Type in something that you're grateful for, something you received from the message today, and we will be back in just a moment. Let's give. Let's give. Let's rock. Yeah. All right, great. So I've given everybody a chance to give in a wonderful way. This is also a time to remind you that this is the end of the year. So this is the last day that you can make your gift. You can make your contribution, if you will, to the Infinity Fellowship and get your tax write-off. Of course, we send our end of year letters out after the first of the year. Shout out to Lady Kanitha Carr and to the entire board and staff of Infinity Fellowship who make sure that we are transparent in the work that we do and that we continue to put good things in the world. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. We want to remind you that we are here tonight, that we are here at 641 West Nocturne Drive waiting on y'all to get with us because it's going to be absolutely awesome. And so I invite you to join us and join us in a powerful way. As we begin to clear this space, we recognize that we are clearing this space, but we are never ever cleared from the space of our hearts being connected. I want to thank you all for joining me and being in a love energy today, because this love energy is what got me through. Yes. Wakanda forever. So as all hearts and minds are clear, and you leave this world into a world that awaits your light, we invite you, if you're at home with your family, to go ahead and grab your hands with somebody and go ahead and just say, hey, I love you, in the space. Sway a little bit from side to side. Recognize that you are going out into this world to share your light today, and you ain't gonna be stopped. I'm Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. I want to thank you all. Let's sing a little bit together. We got a song that tells us all about it, and it's up on the screen. If you're new, don't worry, I'll sing a verse with you and we can harmonize around the world. Come on, it goes like this. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day that God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Come on, sing it with me. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Just that part again. God's reminding me. God's reminding me. Yeah, I hear you. Come on. Look at you and see family. And God's reminding me. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the infinite power of the universe and the ancestors rest, rule, rock, and abide with us hence, now, and forever. Let us all say together, Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is. Till I talk to you later tonight, 641 West Nocturne Drive, or wherever else you may be. I'll see you next week in person, Infinity Fellowship. This has been Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr reminding you that you are loved. And that's a fact you cannot change. Peace, love, and power, y'all. I'll see y'all when I see you. Blessings.